Premier Dr. Orlando Smith presented his government's medium-term fiscal plan for 2014 to 2016, geared towards improving the public finance system at the December 17th sitting of the House of Assembly. The Premier says the plan will help to secure the territory's financial future, noting the importance of maintaining a delicate balance between improving the fiscal balances and promoting fiscal growth.
This document, Madam Speaker, cements this government's commitment to medium-term planning, fiscal prudence, and fiscal transparency and accountability. It provides for the foundation for the 2014 to 2016 medium-term budget by clearly setting out the government's development priorities and fiscal strategy in concert with the obligations under the protocols for effective financial management. The strategies and initiatives I intend to embark on over the next 3 years will ensure the fiscal sustainability of the Virgin Islands while fostering economic growth, social development, and continued investment in our physical infrastructure. Madam Speaker, we are aware that given the demands being placed on our scarce financial resources, it is important to maintain a delicate balance between improving our fiscal balances and promoting economic growth. The approach that we have taken is to first clearly articulate a development strategy which embraces social, economic, environmental, and direction government themes, which provides a platform for advancing the promises we made to the people of this territory.
The presentation of the medium-term fiscal plan by the Premier was met with resistance from opposition members for the 3rd and 1st districts.
Investment in our physical infrastructure.
Madam Speaker, point of order, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I have a difficulty with the Premier's presentation of this particular document being laid on the table. In context, Madam Speaker, there are a series of questions regarding the medium-term fiscal plan, which was submitted 4 clear days as required before the sitting. An order paper was submitted to us, and that order paper did not have the medium-term fiscal plan as a document to be laid on the table. I received that order paper and the document last night, 3 hours before the date of the sitting.
Madam Speaker, I've been in this House for at least 12 years. And what I am now doing in presenting information on the medium-term fiscal plan has been the practice by particularly members of the other side of the House over those years. And I often commented to myself that these gentlemen are answering the questions before I can ask them. However, I simply continue to ask the questions that I presented. With your permission, I will continue my presentation.
Well, Madam Speaker, I know the medium-term fiscal plan has to come. But the manner in which it has come to this House, Madam Speaker, with the timelines, in my humble opinion, being ignored, it leaves us to wonder, why do we have timelines to handle questions or to do anything? Better we don't have timelines.
House Speaker Honorable Ingrid Moses stepped in to quell the verbal battle centered on claims that Standing Order 14 was being ignored. The Speaker said the practice to include information on the order paper after circulation is not new.
Since I've been the Speaker of the House of Assembly, this is not the first and only occasion where documents being laid on the table have been added to the order paper after the initial order paper has been submitted.
Madam Speaker, the standing orders provide that any statement attached to a document being laid on the table should be brief.
Duly noted, Honourable Member for the 3rd District, Honourable Premier Minister of Finance.
I shall be brief, Madam Speaker.
The Premier was then allowed to proceed with his presentation of the medium-term fiscal plan for the BVI. However, the Speaker of the House had to revisit the matter in a bid to maintain discipline during the sitting. She referred to Standing Order 14 provoked by another verbal encounter between 4th District Representative Mark Vanterpool and opposition member for the 1st District, Andrew Foy.
I've listened to the dialogue a little back and forth while the Premier was making statements. On the issue of a statement on presenting laying on the table a document, we have not reached, Madam Speaker, yet to that point. According to Standard 14.2, he was not laying on the table any document at a point. I just want to be very clear for future. Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Minister for
Speaker.
Communications and Work. Honorable Member for the First District.
Minister of Communication and Works knows better. Madam Speaker, he knows better.
Madam Speaker, I'm not going to stand here and
Member,
I made my
Honorable Minister for
Madam
Communications
Speaker,
and
he
Work, would
knows
you take
better.
your seat?
Madam
Honorable
Speaker,
Member
I
for the
still have
First District, take your seat. There is a manner in which questions are asked, point of informations are made, interruptions are made, but at the same point, when it's being done, it needs to be done in a respectful manner. Yes, Honorable Member for the First.
Madam Speaker, with due respect, I don't see anyone acting disrespectfully. To be honest with you, I see that we got up on point of information, and I think the word that you're using as disrespectful is a little strong. If you differ with what we're saying, that's something, but no one got up here in any derogatory manner to make their point. And that is our prerogative as members of the House.
Disrespectful doesn't mean in a derogatory manner. It's the way we speak, it's the way we don't speak, it's all of the body language and everything that's associated with it. And I could see, yes, you started at one point, but it was going to go somewhere else. And my responsibility and role here is to ensure that order is always maintained in this house. So if I see that we're going on a particular path, then it's my duty to ensure that we don't go down a path that is going to deviate from what the purpose of the House of Assembly is.
Later in the proceedings, Premier Smith responded to questions from the opposition as to whether the Virgin Islands government had obtained written approval from the UK Secretary of State before completing the medium-term fiscal plan and proceeding with any new projects with a lifetime forecasted value of more than 4% of the annual forecasted recurrent revenue. The Premier replied, saying that approval has been granted in principle for his government to pursue major projects such as the cruise pier extension and the airport runway expansion.